Hey everybody, my name is Spaz and I'm a CD junkie. On this episode of CD Junkie, I'm going to show you exactly what I bought during my recent Hollywood Amoeba run. That's right, I was able to make it down south to Hollywood with my friends John Borack and Michael Simmons. John Borack, you'll know, is the author of the Shake Some Action books. He's done a book on John Lennon. He's done columns with Goldmine, and he's a power pop guru. And Michael Simmons, of course, is a musician. He's produced a lot. He's written a lot. Sparklejets UK. He put out a great solo album back in 2018, and I was lucky enough to be able to go CD shopping with them. Well, they bought vinyl, but that's I forgive them for that. But I'm going to show you which CDs I bought. And so sit back, relax, and I'll just tell you a tiny bit about him, and I'll try to get through this as quick as possible. First off, I started off with a Bad Manners box set. This features their first 5 albums. Bad Manners are a ska band from the UK. This was coming out during the height of like Madness and English Beat and the Specials and stuff. Bad Manners are kind of more of a fun, goofy type band. I mean, a lot of people thought that Madness were kind of silly and goofy. They were more fun. These guys can be kind of goofy, but it's great. It's fabulous. It's melodic. And they do a version of Bang the Drum All Day, the Todd Rundgren song, and that was a big hit for them on K-Rock in Southern California. So that Bad Manners, 5 albums on CD with bonus tracks, so that was always fun. Here's one people are going to dislike, but I kind of like this band, so I had to pick this up because it's not that common to see. This is Wet Wet Wet, and this is the 2 CD version of this album, High on the Happy Side, and it contains a bonus disc with cover versions. So it's the regular album plus a bonus disc featuring cover versions. Wet Wet Wet. Next up, Nancy Sinatra, Country My Way. I've been slowly collecting all the Nancy Sinatra Sundays stuff with bonus tracks. Hubba Hubba. And Harper's Bazaar. This is a Japanese version with a few bonus tracks. You can see there. Their version of Both Sides Now. Here's kind of a rare one. This is the Judy's album. It's called Moo, or the Moo album, whatever you want to call it. And this is a Texas new wave band, quirky new wave band from the early 80s. And I found a CD by them in Texas called Washarama, and I was able to find this. Very happy to do so. Then we've got Jerry Murad's Harmonicats. That's right, a harmonica trio. How nerdy can you get, Spaz? Well, pretty damn nerdy. Then, not his most popular period, but here is a Greatest Hits Volume 2, or Best of Volume 2, Ringo Starr. This features like the Atlantic years, the drug period that he probably doesn't remember too much. But I do like some of the songs on here, and a lot of the albums are super rare. I recently found Old Wave and Bad Boy on CD, so I was happy to get those, but not at Amoeba. This is Ringo Starr there. This is a Jerry Cole album, Astro Sounds. Now, the thing about this is I'm fairly certain that this is the same album that 101 Strings put out under the same name. Basically, it was a Jerry Cole trio type album, surfy rock instrumental stuff, and it was recorded I think 67 or so. Then they added strings 2 years later and re-released it in 1969. So it has a very sort of lounge, futuristic rock and roll feel to it, and it's really, really kind of fun. Here is the only Badfinger album I didn't have. I used to have a 2 CDR advance copy, which was basically just like a little plastic sleeve without cover art and like a typewritten paper. And I thought, oh, I'll pick it up later. And obviously it went out of print like many, many years ago. But this is the official release of their final album, recorded just a handful of months before Pete Ham died. And this has the full album plus a disc of demos. So that is Butterfinger. Then we've got original classic album series by Lovin Spoonful, featuring 5 albums. I never buy these if the albums are available individually with bonus tracks, but not with bonus tracks in the boxes, because there are some of those out there. But this one here is complete with all the bonus tracks. So 5 Lovin Spoonful albums in one box set. That was a great deal. Then Now Sounds, a fantastic label, courtesy of the brain and creative energy and love of music. Steve Stanley, he's the one who runs that label. They put out a great Bobby Fuller collection. It's the singles, and they're all mono, but they're very powerful, very wonderful. Of course, it's got I Fought the Law, Let Her Dance. My favorite song is Take My Word, but that is a great collection there. Also on the Now Sounds label, Cowsills. I'm trying to collect as many Cowsills as I can of the classic albums. This would be the first, because it's so hard to track those down for a decent price. But that is the Cowsills, actually their final album for quite a while. This came out in, I think, 71 or so. And then this is a sort of a gray area CD. It's not exactly official, but it's kind of not exactly official. It's a Banana Splits. And it also features some Banana Splits bonus tracks, as well as a soundtrack from the short-lived cartoon series called The Beagles, with a G. Beagles. So there's the Banana Splits album, The Beagles, and then some more Banana Splits tracks there. And then finally, the big buy of the trip, Heaven 17, Play to Win. That's right. No, it's not an LP. No vinyl. It is a 10 CD set. It's their 5 albums that they recorded for Virgin Records, plus 100, I think maybe even more than 100 bonus tracks. Remixes, B-sides, demos, all that stuff. So the classic era of Heaven 17 in one wonderful box set. That's right. So, but that's it. But I did find out that some mail came for me while I was gone. So I'm going to do a separate video in the next couple days, and that's going to be called, I don't know, mail call or something. But anyway, that's it. I just wanted to show you the stuff that I got. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a little while, and we'll smell you later. Okay? And I just want to remind you that my name is Spaz, and I'm a CD junkie.